I love the context for this video. I'm in my car, the top is down, it might start sprinkling on me. So I'm going to speak really quick, try to keep it under 15 minutes so I can upload it to YouTube before I head back to the office. Here we go. The topic is anger, temper, how to lose yours specifically, or permanently is what we want to say. How to lose your temper permanently. Jesus said, I say to you, anyone who is angry with his brother or his sister has committed murder. And you go, whoa, that's harsh. Especially since there's no advice in the New Testament on how to stop being angry. Fortunately, Buddha and the people who came after him in the Buddhist tradition have been working on this one. We want to start with the idea that anger is not a good thing. Anger is one of the 4 destructive emotions. And then people immediately say, oh, wait a minute, I got a right to my feelings. And the answer to that is yes, of course you do. But anger isn't a feeling. Anger is an emotion. Feelings are like fear, hurt, betrayal, feeling diminished or dissed. Anger is one way of expressing all of those. Of course, there are other ways to emote as well. Some people emote by crying. When you're hurt, you cry. When you're scared, you cry. Some people emote by laughing. When you're hurt, you laugh. When you're nervous or scared, you laugh. Both of those are emotions. Anger is a destructive emotion. It destroys everything in its path. There is nothing ever good coming out of anger. Think about the last time you were on the freeway and that guy cut you off and you sped up the car and you pull up next to him and you give him one of those fingers. That anger didn't make him a better driver. In fact, all it does, it doesn't even make you feel better. It just makes you sullen and makes you stew for maybe an hour afterwards. It certainly probably ruined his day. If he accidentally cut you off and then he gets this display from you, it's not putting him in a good mood, and so he goes to work and he unleashes on somebody else. When the person who's close to you in your life says, I can't take this anymore, I'm out the door, and you start screaming and calling him or her names, that anger doesn't make the relationship better. When your kids won't pick up the toys, or your kids won't tie their shoes, or your kids won't come to the dinner table, screaming at them in anger doesn't build your relationship. Oh, you might get them to the table, but now you've got this thing, this layer of fear between you and your children, and that fear may never ultimately be bridged again. Nope, anger destroys our relationships as we articulate. So, if anger is purely a destructive force, doesn't make a better driver, doesn't build better relationships, doesn't make a happy world, then how do we go about getting rid of it? There are several steps in this, and the first step is going to be the easiest, although it isn't easy. We have to own our anger. Anger doesn't belong to somebody else. You can't make me angry. I am the only human being that's in control of my anger. When I get angry, it's not because you, it's because I. We have to get past that point of blaming somebody else for the way we emote. Yes, you hurt me. Yes, you scared me. Yes, you worry me. But no, you can't make me angry. Only I own my anger. The second step then is how to separate yourself away from that angry moment. Here's where Buddhist mindfulness plays such an important role. You need to become aware of who you are, what you are like in your body, and you got to do it at regular times, not just the moments you're angry, because you're going to have to be able to notice when your body starts to give you warning signals. When you become aware of your breathing, when you become aware of how it feels to be in your skin, how your face feels on a regular basis, then you'll become aware when your body begins to change under the influence of adrenaline. Anger is the release of adrenaline into your system, and then adrenaline takes over. Adrenaline clouds our minds. Adrenaline stops us from thinking. Adrenaline is the fight or flight drug. Imagine you're out there in the jungle in the ancient days, and a tiger appears before you. Whoosh! Adrenaline floods your system, and you got 2 choices at this moment. You can either kick that tiger's butt, or you can turn and run like hell. You don't have time to analyze the situation. You don't have time to size up the tiger and go through some mathematical formula. What's the distance between me and the tiger? What's the speed a tiger runs? No. If you start thinking, you're going to be tiger dinner. So you've just got to make that choice and you go with it. That's great for saving you when you're in the jungle. That's horrible for trying to save a relationship that's in a moment of brokenness. So, when you become aware of what the adrenaline is doing to your system, and you begin to be able to catch that early on, and start to realize, my breathing is getting shallow, my swallowing is getting tough, I'm feeling a tingling in my fingers, my ears are feeling warmer. All of that are physiological effects of adrenaline flooding your system. You have about 30 seconds before anger begins to set in. That's the moment a person who wants to defeat anger has to say, time out. I need to take a walk. There is no way for that adrenaline just to get stuffed back into its bottle someplace. Nope. It's going to take 20 minutes for your body to metabolize the adrenaline that's been released into your system. And as long as that adrenaline is in your system, you can't think. You cannot act responsibly. You can't be there as a full human being. All you can do is fight or flight. But now here's the problem. You and I both know that that significant other of ours, if I say, I'm taking a walk, that feels like being dissed. That feels like being pushed away. That feels like being blamed for the situation. So you're going to have to start that process when you're not angry on another day. Sit down calmly and say, look, I am going to work really hard at dealing with anger. I want to get rid of my temper. And I'm going to ask for your help, not because you caused my temper, but because I need a little understanding in a moment. That's all. If I don't tell you now, when I start to walk away, you're going to come after me. No, I need your help right now. I want you to understand that I'm going to walk away to metabolize this adrenaline in my system. I'm going to need 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes of just kind of working it off, sitting it off, letting my body take care of it, and I'm going to need that quiet. But here's the trick to this game. In order to make that really work and feel safe for the other person, I have to promise I will come back. Not just I will physically come back, but I will attentively come back. I'll be back and I will listen to you. I will sit calmly when all of that's washed away, and I will make that effort to let you speak to me so I can hear you. Now the other person sees it as an agreement to further your relationship together. So, when you are in the situation and you start to feel the shallow breath, the dry mouth, the tingling fingers, the warmth in your ear, if you say, I'm going to take that time out, get it as quickly on as you can and take that walk. As you're walking, walk around the block. Don't come back in 5 minutes. It takes a minimum of 20 for that adrenaline to burn out. And every time you say to yourself, I don't know why she always does this to me, start over, reset, because your body refloods with adrenaline, and you need 20 minutes. If you go heaping coals on by arguing with yourself over that other person, you're just extending the amount of time it's going to take for you to cool off. Now, as Pema Chodron says, think of it like you're watching a fire burn out, only the fire is your anger. You're watching it burn. You're not trying to throw any more logs on the fire. You're not trying to stoke the flames. You're just watching the embers die out. Think about your body. Think about that warmth in your ears or that dry mouth that you've got. Pay attention as your body metabolizes and feel that. Just think about your breathing as it begins to return to full breaths. If you can't focus on that, focus on something else. Get busy doing something. Go out into the garage and make something. Fix your car. Focus on that while you're doing it. Be mindful. Concentrate on something else. Then give it a half hour. Give it 45 minutes. Always make sure there's a little extra time. But when you come back, make sure you do what you promised to do and listen. So the first step has been to own your anger. The second step has been to separate yourself in that situation so that you can recapture your thinking process. Now the third step is to ask yourself, wait a minute, why am I getting angry? Those first 2 steps will take you a long time, days, weeks, months. But once you get to that, through that second step, and you begin to master the ability to separate and calm down, then you want to keep going. And you want to ask yourself, why is this making me angry? Because another person can't make me angry. Why am I getting angry at this situation? I'll tell you about a fight I had with my first ex. I came home at the end of a day. I'd been out doing storytelling, I think. And when I walked in the door, it was dinner time. I said, so what's for dinner? She said, pancakes. And I went nuts. I'm going, pancakes for dinner? And I got really angry, and we had a shouting match. You know what? You're probably thinking pancakes for dinner is pretty good. A lot of people like breakfast for dinner. So years later, I began to ask myself, wait a minute, what was wrong with me in that moment? What was I doing in that moment that pancakes for dinner bugged me so much I got angry? And it doesn't bug anybody else. And I got to thinking about it, and I realized I grew up very poor. You know, my mom sometimes struggled to put dinner on the table, so there were a lot of nights we had pancakes for dinner, because that's all there was in the house. So when I walked in the door that day, 30 years ago, and she had made pancakes for dinner, all of that poverty and the fear of it all came rushing back on me. And without being aware of all of that, I let anger get the best of me. Now, I can enjoy breakfast for dinner because I realize that that's an irrational response. When we begin to get at the underlying stuff, why am I feeling this in the particular moment? Then we can catch it at a stage even earlier than just at that moment when you have to walk away. And we can laugh at ourselves for having those kinds of responses that used to take over without us thinking. So your 3 steps are easy enough. 1, own your anger. Recognize it's a destructive force. 2, separate yourself when the anger starts to come on so that you can cool down and start to think again. And 3, in the long run, spend the days, the weeks, the months, the years it's going to take to analyze why something makes you angry. And you'll reach a point when you'll discover you no longer lose your temper. Now, I would like you to get hold of a book if you're interested in going further. The author's name is Thich Nhat Hanh, H-A-N-H, is the way that last part is spelled. And the title of the book is Anger. Easy enough. In fact, if you're watching this for class, email me that title, just the title, Anger, in an email. And that way I'll know you've watched the video. Now, let me go upload this to YouTube.